Okay, so today we're going to start Unit 1 Trigonometry, and I'm going to just do a little bit of an introduction and then we're going to do a review. Okay, now you've got the assigned questions there, so today we're going to do a review. Now this is not going to be on the exam, however, you need to be able to make sure that you can do everything from the review, and if you can't, you need to have the maturity to go to exercise 4A, B and C and do as many exercises of those as you can to make sure that you do know in fact what you are doing. Okay, so the learning goal for this lesson today is just to brush out the cobwebs and make sure that you know everything that you need to as the foundation for this unit. Okay. Alright, the first thing that I'll have a look at is how to name sides and angles. We need to be able to communicate that really clearly on our exams and assignments and work, so it's really important to know how to name sides and angles. Now, we can name angles with a capital letter. For example, if I was talking about this angle here, it could be called angle A, or sometimes we use Greek letters of the alphabet, and this one here is alpha. Okay, looks like a little sort of fish. There's also beta is another Greek letter of the alphabet, theta. There's a whole range that we tend to call angles or name angles with those letters. Now that's fine with a single angle if I say angle A, because it's very clear what I'm talking about. But if I'm talking this example here, if I said to you angle B, you wouldn't know whether I was talking about this one, alpha, or whether I was talking about beta. Okay, so sometimes when we have angles, we call these adjacent angles, when it's a bit unclear, we name it with 3 letters, and basically the angle will be in the middle. So if I was to do beta, I could actually call this DBC, okay, and I could actually call it CBD. It doesn't matter as long as the vertex, the angle, is in the middle there, okay? If I was talking about alpha, I'd be talking about ABD, or you could say DBA, and that would be very clear that I was talking about this angle here, okay? Sides can also be named in 2 ways. We can use 2 letters, as in we trace the finger down the side, and that could be AB or it could be side BA. We generally go alphabetical, but it doesn't matter. We can also call them lowercase letters, but be really careful with this. The side opposite the angle is in fact the same letter, it's just the angle is a capital, the side is a lowercase. So this is side C, that's side A, and the one opposite angle B is side B. Alright, so be careful of that. So example 1, consider the triangles below. On the first, fill in the small letters. So if I was doing sides with the small letters, that one would be A, that one would be little c, which is a bit hard to tell, and that one would be little b. Okay. On the second, fill in the angles with the capitals. So this one would be big G, that one would be F, and that one would be capital E. Okay. All right, so that's naming sides and angles. Now we need to review Pythagoras' theorem. Pythagoras' theorem says that the hypotenuse squared equals a squared plus b squared. So basically the square on the hypotenuse equals the other 2 squares added together. These are the shorter sides, and the hypotenuse is always the longest side. Okay, as you can see, these 2 added together, or squared and added together, gives you the hypotenuse squared. Okay, so just ignore the letters because that confused people. All right, basically if we were to do Pythagoras with this one, we would write the rule. We would fill in the things we know. We know that the 2 shorter sides are 4 and 3. We don't know the hypotenuse. So that gives us 16 plus 9, which is 25. And of course, to get rid of the square root, we need to, to get rid of the square, we need to find the square root of each side. We haven't got units, so we'll just write units. Okay? I'm not going to do that one, that's just a repeat. Okay, now finding one of the shorter sides takes a little bit more work, so I'll do this example down here. And I don't mind how you do it if you were taught a different way in year 10, as long as you're getting the right answer and it's mathematically correct. The working is fine. A right-angled triangle has a hypotenuse of 12, so that's the hypotenuse. One of the other sides is 5 centimetres, so it doesn't matter which one. What is the length of the third side? I'm just going to call it A. So I write the rule down. I put in my numbers. I know the hypotenuse is 12. Okay, I know that that's 144 and that's 25. And now I just use my algebra. I take 25 from both sides. Okay, that gives me 119, a squared, and then I find the square root of both sides. Now you'll need to know how to find the square root of a number on your calculator. Hopefully you already know that, but if you don't, make sure you find out which one it is. So it's 10.91. Be careful of rounding. 10.91 centimetres. Okay? All right. Now, for the day students, I just said do question 1 and question 5 and check your answers. Basically, this one will give you an answer of 5, and I think this one gave you about 46.7, I think. So just check those, but you can certainly do all of those, and if you want to come and show me the solutions, you're welcome to. Make sure you're confident with Pythagoras, please. Okay, the next little review is about using your calculator in degrees, radians, and degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay, basically, make sure you know how to change the mode of your calculator. It should have a little D for degrees, and you should be able to work out how to do that. My calculator here, I just press the mode twice, and then I would press number 1 to put it in degrees. We are going to use this second mode at some stage, so you will need to be able to know how to switch between them. So make sure you know how to do that, please. Alright, now with degrees and minutes and seconds, we actually don't use this on the exam, but your textbook does. So this is purely so that you can understand the answers in the textbook. Okay? There is a degrees, minutes, second button on your calculator. Mine's there. Sometimes it's called the DMS. Basically, if you want to convert an angle, say for example, you're finding an angle, all right, okay, there you go, you've got your angle. And the answer in the back of the book has it in degrees and minutes. Basically, if you press this button, it will convert it into degrees and minutes. And if you press it again, it'll turn it back to a decimal. So if my decimal answer was 17.46 degrees, in degrees, minutes, and seconds, it would be 17 degrees, 27 minutes, and 27 seconds. Okay? It's a bit of a strange way, but that's the way the book gives their answers. So you don't need to put your answers like that, but if you want to check any, then that's what you need to do. Okay, don't stress about that too much. Like I said, it is not on the exam. Okay, now I'm just going to finish the YouTube clip here, and then I'm going to do solving right triangles on the next one.